in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Good morning. How we feeling? Midweek hump day. Let's have a great Wednesday. Caesar, what's up? Red candles. If you ain't first, you last, baby. Ricky Bubba. That's true. Good morning. How we feeling? How we doing so far this week? I had a nice winning trade already this morning. We're out of that. Still looking good if you were in that with me. But I think a couple people in the BSC took along off this overnight view up. We'll get into that. But let's have a great Wednesday. We'll be live on ASFX TV in about 40 minutes or so. We'll go through all that in just a little bit. Let's see. News today. We have CPI. CPI tentative. Let's see. Yeah, you never know. Luigi, what's up? Fresh fade, that's for sure. Yeah, it was long overdue. I missed a month. I got a haircut for my brother's wedding in the beginning of October, and normally I go every 2 weeks. Then I skipped one because I was like, maybe I'll grow it out. Because I used to have long ass hair. For anyone, I don't think you guys ever saw me with it though. Not as long, but just too much work. Too much work when you grow it out and you have to style it or whatever and just maintain it and clean it. Nah. So I said, give me a fade. Let's do it. Let's get to the charts here. So you can see my pre-market trade. So we're up a little bit. I like it. Textbook. Let's look at the 15-minute first of all. Ooh, clean. So on the 15-minute, let's go to any of these without a drawing on it. So look at the overnight. Just clean bounces off this overnight VWAP. One of my favorites. I have plenty of 15-minute videos, 15-minute recap. How I use the 15-minute time frame on my YouTube if you want to check them out, because the moves happen from here, right? So not that you can't buy it up here and make money or buy it right now and make money. It's just lesser probability when you're buying it away from VWAP. Similar how we use the New York one, same premise applies. If I can get in here, let's just pretend I longed it at London Open. I'm long there. If I have a stop down here and it breaks that, you're not right on the long. Get out, right? So you get a better idea of what is the trend doing, where are we going, what VWAPs are we with. So if you bought it here, you'd pretty quickly know if you're right or wrong on the longs. And that's what I love about it, rather than longing it up here, getting stopped out, and then still thinking in my mind, do I still want to long this? I still kind of want to long it. And then maybe you long it again, right? You lost on a position in a direction that ultimately was right. And that's just the worst trades. We're all going to take them, but that's just always the biggest kick, right? So if I can get close to this VWAP, I'm interested. Now, I'm not at the desk this morning when we're off that VWAP, so let's go back to my markup of it. Get off the Dow. I'm gonna after this stream, I'm resetting my computer. If you've been on ASFX TV, you see this my drawing tools of the trades. Why is it doing this? It's like a 2,000 to 800 point stop and take profit on NQ. Why is it doing that? Anytime I switch assets, it just does that. So now let's redraw it. So I'm long. Well, first off, these clean bounces off the overnight VWAP. Same premise, right? Rather than chasing it up here on these higher lows, they could pay, and they do pay. But when it's down there, very interested. So Austin hit that long. I think Mike Chambers. Who else in the BSC took that? Let me see. Yep, Mike Chambers took that. Nick took that. Take a look at those real quick. What did they see before I get into my view of it? So here's Nick's markup. He took it on NQ as well. See, like that's the beauty. Look at Nick's trade here. Right off of that overnight view ups. And I love that bounce. Love the stop loss even more below this previous structure. Because, yeah, if he's long off this bounce and it does, in fact, not bounce, I don't want to be long, right? Especially look on the 15 minutes. So everything about this is just beautiful, except those fair value gaps. I'll let that slide, though. That's Nick's. Mike didn't send a markup. Well, here's Austin's. I'm sure he'll show you when he gets on ASFX TV. So same idea, buying it off the overnight view up on ES, big stop loss to allow it to hold, little scalp up on that pin. Cool. My trade of it, I'm not here at this overnight view up. It's 7 in the morning. I'm awake. I'm just not at the desk. So we let that bounce. Nothing I can do about it. I don't even see it. But then you get a break of higher day view up. Probably your first opportunity to buy it or after this one, right? That buyers are 100% back in control. So let's say you play that break of high day VWAP, stop loss down there at structure, and you got to go get 50 points here on NQ, right? Not bad. It actually hasn't even gone there. So with that stop loss, you probably wouldn't have gotten 1R by now. But I don't see any of this. I'm not going to jump up here and stop loss way down there, which is where you probably want to be out of this move, right? Because we know it could come back to this overnight VWAP and still rise. So you don't want to be stopped out right there. So if the trade doesn't make sense with the stop loss that you have and the risk reward, if it doesn't make sense where the stop needs to go, you don't have to take it. Saying, yeah, I want to be long here, but it just doesn't really give me a smart opportunity to get good stop loss placement. And so it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. And that's fair. So I just used a little bit of a, I don't want to say bending the rules, but then it comes back to this high of debut up again. Now, am I just going to predict that we're going to sell off now because we've had 3 minutes of bearish and we're back at this VWAP? No. Same thing on the 15 minutes, a red candle. But am I just predicting shorts are going to magically step in? Again, no. Why would I? We just bounced off this overnight VWAP. It's not going to move up in a straight line. So now this is maybe hopefully our higher low we're working with. It's off that same VWAP. And we noted it a few times in ASFX TV. This is the start of a new 15-minute candle, 746. Right. So I know pretty quickly if that next candle starts bearish as well and starts coming back down, this trend follow through isn't in quite like I thought. I might want to buy it a little bit lower. But new 15-minute candle right off the high debut up, same price. But now I can have a better idea of structure wise. Here's our higher low. So don't get lower than that much. And then we scalped it up past this previous high. Right. I don't need to take it all the way to pre-market high of day. No. Get green pre-market. Now I'm going to head into the open with some money in my pocket, feeling good, trading good, and we'll find another setup. Find another setup this morning. We'll be jumping over to ASFX TV, like I said, as we do every morning. You could join for free. The link's down below. It's in my Twitter, anywhere. But we got live streams today and in the afternoon. If you can't make the morning one, we have one at 1 o'clock Eastern. Zach will be on, but all day, every day. And then we have 3 strategies and courses on there. Mine's the Futures 2.0. That's the bounce plays and breaks play we just went over. There is an update coming to this December 1st. So let's just call it 2 weeks or so. So hopefully you guys, even if you didn't make money on this setup, you understand it. Because that's the whole idea behind even the ASFX TV. We talked about it a lot this week. You don't have to take the trades we take. It's not signals, right? Because we'll take some aggressive and albeit stupid trades sometimes, as we all do. But if you're going to take the same setup as us, you better understand why. You don't want to be confused on why are we long right now? Because then you're not going to probably get out where I get out and maybe let it turn into a loser or whatever. But that was today's trade. I already got it marked up. So you could see, same idea. I think I have one with the 15-minute. But damn, what a bounce. Clean bounce, pullback bar, 15-minute. So now if this breaks that high of debut up, again, I'm not going to lie, hypocrite. If that stop loss gets hit, I'm probably still long bias on the day, right? I just don't want to go with the stop loss way down there at that pin. So I kind of tightened it, saying, well, I'm kind of looking for this to bounce off the high debut up. And if it doesn't, then this isn't the price I'd want to be long at. I'd probably want to just buy it again at this view up, right? Like down here. I wouldn't want to be long here with a stop way down there. Stop me out quickly. I'll buy it back at the lower price and make the money back up. But that was this morning's pre-market trade, clean trend. Like I said, I have plenty of YouTube videos on the 15-minute view up. Most important, maybe it looks just like it on many of these days. View up is a magnet, trade in the 15-minute range. Who knows? It's literally in almost probably every video. So we got this marked up. We'll leave that on, I guess. But look, I go to ES here. Let's go back to my micro. There goes my P&L thing. What the fuck? Whatever. I'm going to literally restart my computer before ASFX TV because that's just not going to stand. Can't switch assets. ES is fucked up. All of it. But like I said, we got some nice trades pre-market. We had some nice trades yesterday. Hopefully you guys made some money. I know you guys had shorts with us on stream. Mine yesterday was beautiful. This one, I tweeted out yesterday as well. You got to praise yourself when it's a clean trade. This is right again out of Futures 2.0. Not to harp it on you, but every setup we've taken this week, as we try to do, are out of this, and it's not very long. Maybe 3 hours. I'm going to beef it up a little bit more in the update, like I said. So let's say maybe 4 or 5 hours. But I mean, it's an intro, so you don't really need to watch that twice. Actually, let's go to that real quick. Let's get off topic because there's a picture in there. I know. There it is. It's not as bad. There is a long hair we're talking about. Not quite anymore. That wasn't even as bad. Used to be way longer than that. Also, it's probably like 110 pounds there. God damn. But yesterday's trade, put it on my story, put it on Twitter, put it everywhere. It's going to be in the YouTube recap. That again, if this doesn't make sense, that's fine. Probably haven't seen the strategy, but then make sure you go watch it. And then after watching, if you still don't understand it, definitely tune into the streams and keep up with the day to day and ask questions because this is the setup to be in, right? This is textbook shorts, NQ, pretty choppy. It is a bank holiday yesterday. Not a whole lot of information here, just a bunch of bullshit. But it is below that overnight view up. So I'm gonna have to lean short until really told to go long because I can't fight that view up. Similar to today with this overnight, I'm not gonna short it if we're above, right? It's very tough to try to time these pullbacks. I'd much rather just trade it back in the direction of trend, right? So rather than try to long it back up to that view up, I'll just look for the next leg back down away from it. Anyways, I'll preach it in every YouTube video. I think I almost do, and on stream. And it's in the strategy of not chasing this first break of opening range low, right? Sometimes you'll survive if you short it here, right? Because let's say you did short it there yesterday with a good stop loss at the high. You would technically win, right? Because this shouldn't stop you out. But the whole idea is also getting the less stressful trades, which is trading it after that first break. So we let the first break come in, saying, "All right, sellers are in. That's good. I can now be looking for my shorts with a little bit more confidence." And then since I am looking for shorts, these 4 or 5 minutes above New York VWAP, they're not scaring me or making me want to go long. Of saying, "Oh my God, no buyers are in." They're not in as long as we're below this VWAP. So they're not in. They're trying to get in. Let's see if they do. Let's see if they hold and they bring us up. That's literally it. You just need to wait for more information. A lot of time where every trader on stream is just too reactionary to every single bar of saying, but the last 4 minutes are above, so buyers are back in. Potentially. Let's wait and see. I can't be told that yet. There's not enough information for that yet. Maybe give me more information, and I will say, yeah, they are in. And you're gonna have to be comfortable missing moves, right? Rather than saying, "Oh, they're in, it's gonna go higher." If it goes higher, great. I'll just find longs later. So like, it's not the end of the world to miss a move. Um, but then you get the next lower high. Sellers take back that New York VWAP, similar to how they did back here, but this one's the first break of opening range low. Go get the second break of opening range low. It's as simple as that. Really as simple. So screenshot that, save that, sleep with it under your pillow, and stare at it every morning because that's the setup. Beautiful stop loss, great at the VWAP. Doesn't get much better. And I was quickly out. The quicker it moves like that, when it flushes in 5 candles, because you also got to think about before I got in, 5 candles straight down. See ya. It's not going to keep that up forever. It might go another 2 or 3 minutes, but it's not going to do that forever. So let me get out. If I ask you to pair view up with any other indicator, which would you use? Sheesh. Your mind. I don't know. Why complicate it? Just use view up. Another indicator is not going to magically solve things. You know, it's a fair question. I know other people. I mean, I use view ups and what? Austin uses bookmap. Is that even an indicator? Not really. Um, yeah, I'd say none. EMA. I don't know. It's just like keep it simple. I use a bunch of VWAPs, so I use like more than one, and that's enough for me, right? Rather than trying to add in other indicators, that's not going to find me more winning setups. The way to just get better at trading is to not chase these longs, not chase that first break short. Has nothing to do with indicators. It's about not putting $1,000 of risk on your 50K account on that short, and you get stopped out and you hit max loss, right? That had nothing to do with indicators. That was just you impulsively jumping in at the bottom, oversizing, tight stop loss, things like that. Right. A lot of the time, depending on everyone's level, you could read the trend. You could put yourself in a good position around VWAP, but the stop loss, the size, the amount of trades you keep trading, that's what's holding you back or giving back all your wins, right? So I don't need another magical indicator to make me find more wins. The wins are already there. They're there every single day. It's a matter of avoiding the losers, right? Because I'm not having a problem recognizing this as a great trade. It's a problem if I also think this is also just as good, because then I'll just take a lot more unnecessary losses. And that goes for anybody. You guys all know how to win, but we also probably take unnecessary losses that would eat into those wins that we would do a lot better without them, you know? NQ was definitely cleaner than ES yesterday. Absolutely fair. Yeah, Austin was in the shorts on ES twice yesterday. Take a look at those, and that's just sometimes the way it is. Sometimes NQ is cleaner, or sometimes ES is cleaner. Let's go to the 1 minute because yeah, Austin was shorting it. He actually shorted it, so it's a good lesson. We'll shit on him while he's not here. Um, so he shorted on that break below New York. I don't know. He got profit here. Don't want to say he broke the rules. Again, it was fine. First break of open range low is the exit signal. Ignored that, so takes the loss, where it could have been maybe a small scalp. I know he had bookmap orders below that he was targeting, so he wanted those now. But again, it's about, let's just say for that example, losing the short, not just immediately jumping in long then of like, oh my God, I got to go long. Look, this momentum comes right back down. Right. So, yes, he took a loss, but able to sell it again and make it back. But this is probably literally where I traded on NQ. You can see how much different it looks like here on ES. So sometimes it's just the luck it be. I also have a markup of ES yesterday. The notes, what's this? Yeah, I mean, you look at that. The shorts were short lived because it comes down to this previous day's New York clearly showing some support and then rips your face back higher. So we made money short on a day that was very bullish. I think there's a trade in there too, right? This long, maybe. This is like the later long after you see all this support. I had a long marked up here. Same idea, I think. Let's see. I definitely do. So again, I didn't take this. This is just markups of how you could have played yesterday. You look at the first 15-minute candle. This is at 11 a.m. I did that this morning at 7:45 in the morning. So there's clearly some support down here. It's the start of a new 15-minute candle. Let's see if we can get some pop. If this 15-minute candle breaks this range, all right, we're no longer holding as support. Get me out of the longs, right? So you have a clear level to trade off of. And I only marked it up to here. Obviously, everyone wants to probably mark it up to there. You're not holding it there, buddy. You're not that guy. You're probably going to get out at this New York VWAP because if it falls back under, you'd be saying, "What the hell? Why'd I hold through that?" It happened. It went through. Great, but you're probably not gonna, and that's fine. You don't need to. And this is afterwards another long off that same support VWAP. That yeah, the trend was actually coming back in bullish as it does most days when we go to this 15-minute. Longs are higher probability since we're now starting to turn a little bit. If you go back last week or two, here on the 15, clearly bearish days, bearish follow through. After a bearish day, shorts are a little bit more favorable because it was bearish yesterday. We're continuing it again today. Favorable because the trend is short term bearish and it makes a new low. Then you come into last Friday. That's kind of what started this turn. If we are in the bottom, Friday's low, we rally in the afternoon. We come in on Monday. We've continued that bullish sentiment even more. We come in yesterday, started bearish, but is it surprising it just found a higher low and came back up? Not really. That's literally what it did on Monday, too. This is Monday. This is our New York session. Moving down, stops on a dime, moves back up. So now it's just higher low. And then this morning, same idea. Next higher low. Does that make sense? That's how I use the 15-minute. Of shorts can look good on the 1 minute for sure. We made money short yesterday. But at any moment, buyers can step in, and you shouldn't be surprised by that if it does move higher, despite it looking so bearish, because look at all of yesterday. You wake up after seeing the changeover, you're like, oh, so bearish. And then even New York starts going bearish. You're like, yeah, it's a bearish day. No, doesn't have to be. Buyers are trending this up. This the daily chart, it was a nice pullback for sure. We needed it. From all-time high, there's our breath working way back up. It's the same thing as a big move down. Now buyers are back in control. Down, buyers are back. Down, buyers are back. This thing just wants to go up. It's quite crazy. So, can we get all-time highs this week? That'd be nice. 69.54, 60 points or so. But yeah, lots of good lessons this week. So coming into today, with all that information, how the hell am I not going to be bullish? I made money long this morning. We're above this overnight VWAP. If it comes back down to here again, I'd love the longs again. Get it at a better price to try to catch a move up to the high rather than chase it at the highs and it pulls back on you. So that is one thing I'm gonna do, this update on futures 2.0. You could see I don't 5 minutes. I don't think your mind's gonna be blown when you watch it, to be honest with you. But that's why we're doing an update. Because this was not new. The 15-minute has become more and more heavily weighted in my trading. So now we need to emphasize it a little bit more and speak about it more. That's all. But I do have it almost literally every day on my YouTube videos, so you can keep up with it on there until the update comes out. It's still viable, but we're gonna go into a lot more detail and see a lot more, I'd say, markups like this. I don't probably have many of them in the right now. Like, you see the 1 minute paired with this 15-minute, and you're like, oh yeah, I see where we're off of. That long makes a shit ton of sense. Yeah. Where on the 1 minute, sometimes, let's say you're even in a short on the 1 minute and it might look bearish. And on the 15-minute, you'd be right at that level. And you're like, oh, never mind. I hate that short. Why am I doing that? You know? But yeah, stream's free. Everyone that's watching, you could join stream and get access to these three strategies, like I'm saying, for free. Just use code FIRST. The link's in my bio. But we got two streams today, as we do every Tuesday through Thursday. And then Monday and Friday is a little bit shorter of a stream. And then we have guests come on Friday. Lawrence and the strong trader Tanner. And then Zach just came out with his course probably last Monday, right? Yeah, probably last Monday. So this is fresh off the press. If you guys want to watch that, we've been receiving some feedback on it. Nothing but good feedback so far. I don't necessarily want bad feedback on it, but it'd be nice if there was a note or two to make it like, oh, so it's just perfect, huh? It's perfect. It's gotta be something you, even mine, any of them. I don't want just patting me on the back. I want to be like, what do you want more of? What did I skip out on? What did I not be clear on? Tell me so I can make it better. If everyone just says, oh, it's so good, all right, then I'm going to leave it the same. I'm going to leave it. It's a nice little exit on our NQ trade there, too, but still liking the longs. You can find so many days where this view up is the line in the sand. I think it was NQ. Let's do that real quick. I don't think so, though. Let's put on the overnight view up on NQ. And again, you'll see how I use the 15 minutes similar to today. It's not a perfect hold of it. It goes below it. But it's the same idea of, like, just use your brain. Since the changeover of day, all that move up, it's just a pullback so far. It's the same idea, like I'm saying, wait for more information. It definitely could be bearish. It could be turning bearish. I can't say that yet with full confidence because no, buyers can step in at any moment in this bullish trend. So that's why it's like, okay, we're trying to get below this overnight. Like, say the word trying to. We're trying to. Let's see if we actually succeed and hold below here and actually keep moving lower. Then I think structure being broken and we're spending more time below that VWAP, we could say sellers are really actually trying to move us lower. And then what's the harm on just selling it on its way down? Right? You don't have to get the first sign of selling it. Get the second one or the third one once it's more confirmed. Otherwise, when buyers step back in, long it back up. I think that's what I did after. I forget what I did on Monday. That's not good. But I forget. Oh, beautiful. I made money long. That's another clean one. Same idea. Bounce off New York VWAP, break of high day VWAP. Let's go higher. Clean bullish trend. I mentioned it on yesterday's trade, right? When we went over yesterday's markup. Don't chase the first break of opening range. That's this right here. Horizontal lines, the first 15 minutes of the New York Open. Chase that. You're probably going to take on some drawdown immediately. And if not, sometimes lose because it's just inducing longs just to then flush. Other times it's inducing longs, stopping them out, and then still moving higher. So either way, you don't want to be on the wrong side of that. But yeah, Monday's trade was clean as well. Right out of Futures 2.0. This morning's a nice bounce play. Yesterday, another break play in New York. I mean, shit. Let's keep it up, shall we? When you're feeling good, you're feeling good. We'll hit cold streaks for sure. Been on cold streaks before. For sure. Also like to watching my trade on the 2 minute this morning. Not that it gives you a lot. different information and just a little bit more patient, right? Rather than reacting to this big red candle or these whatever, just take it to a two. See how the bodies are actually closing. And then anyone buy any Ignite accounts on Monday? Monday was the last day for the top one Ignite accounts. I know a lot of you guys like those. We went over that. I have a YouTube video on it. If you want one, too damn bad. They're gone. They're gone. I'll let you guys know when they come back, obviously. Yeah, the Ignite accounts are gone. So if you need an account with them, the link's obviously below too. I'm just rocking the instant fundeds. And then the 50K, let me check this first. But the Ignites were good just because it's a lower cost, so low barrier to entry, you know. But many of you probably don't know this. If you buy any of these accounts, if you have bought any of the accounts ever with anything, ever, scroll on down, just keep on scrolling, sick payouts, keep on scrolling. I mean, they're hiding me for sure. And bam, there I am. So, how do I access this? Start learning now? Sure. Oh, it takes me to checkout. Anyways, you get access to, I think they call it the Trading Academy. Yeah, the Academy. That's sick. But if you buy any account, which I think 99% of you have at some point in your life, you get free access to this academy that I made. It's about an hour long. It's similar to it is the VWAP trading that I do. It's similar to Futures 2.0. I couldn't give all the sauce because it's free. But there's also that. So you can go through Futures 2.0. You can get the free academy with any account you've bought. All my YouTube videos. It's all there. Try my best. Those CFDs are indices. Those are indices. Those are futures, my friend. CFDs are thing of the past. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I've said this. I don't know where they got that picture. I know I have that picture, but where did they get it? Because unless my editing team sent it to them without telling me or something, I don't know. How many times you let bounce in VWAP? How many times you let bounce in VWAP? Just the first one? I don't understand that question. How many times you let bounce in VWAP? Anyone else know that answer? Just the first one? I want to help you. I want to. How many times would I let it bounce off the VWAP before I buy it? Maybe once. I mean, like you look at I'll bring it back up if this is even what you're asking. So I'm sorry if it's not. I'm gonna spew this info anyways. This is Austin's trade this morning. You can see the bounce off this overnight. It's the first one. It might be the last and the only time it bounces, but again, we can't say for sure that it's going to move nothing but higher from here, right? So you want to give a good stop loss to allow it to play around this view up as much as possible until it's really not holding it anymore. And that way, you could then flip to the shorts or at least take a break, right? Because if you had a tight stop here or whatever, you get stopped out. The second bounce works, but we're not trying to time the market perfectly in that sense. We're just trying to buy this price off the overnight VWAP. So same idea on NQ this morning. Even worse, probably. If you bought it here on this bounce, stop loss at the low, literally kick you in the face, stopped out to the point, then move higher. You weren't wrong on wanting to buy it. You had a great price, so what went wrong? Just trying to time it, being like, this is the last time we touch this VWAP. Go higher. It could be, and many times it is. But if it's not, we still want to be in it. I think that goes to yesterday's short a little bit. Unlike it might want to come back to New York and play around, do that. So as long as it doesn't break for a new high, keep me in the short. I'm not trying to time it too perfectly. I think the timing is now, but if it's not, I still have a chance. Monday's long. I think this is the time it moves from New York, and it was. But if it plays around with New York some more and then goes higher, don't just take me out there, until it really breaks lower, then take me out. Hopefully that answers it. Otherwise, I'm sorry. Because, yeah, I mean, I think I had a video on it. It's not the same, but Where's the losing 3K in minutes? That's always fun, you know? It's always the best. But if you watch that one, you can see I try to time the market too perfectly. Like it would be the equivalent of like buy it here, stop loss right there, get stopped out, and it does go higher. Oh shit, what the hell? Why did I lose money going long? It's like, well, you just try to be too perfect of like go right now, don't pull back at all. It's like that's not no, that's not how it works. Give it room. We're playing levels. We're playing VWAPs. We're not playing exact candle being the rocket. And if you saw yesterday on stream, yeah, there's Austin's second short from the top. What is this? That's Austin's short on Tuesday. He made money short. I made money long from like the same price. So that was kind of nuts. That's Monday. Yeah. It's a good week so far. Good month. I think I only have one red day. Yeah, last week. 0 for 3. That's how it normally works. On my red days, I can't hit shit because I'm just forcing shit or whatever. So the idea is one and done. One and done, one and done, one and done, one and done, four and done. It's not always that way, but it's a very common theme of my green days. Normally one and done. I'm going to trade again today because that win was pre-market, and I also have other accounts. But the idea of like if I win that first one, all right, I'm probably going to call it or take my talents to South Beach and go trade a different account, right? Where when I lose, all right, let me try to get that back. I lose that one too. It's like shit. I'm not reading it well, or the charts are ugly as hell. So that's why I have a red day. You know, I don't normally get up $300 this morning and turn that into a red day. No need to. No reason. Spectre, where's the signals? The signals are on stream. I'll tell you to sell it at the open, and then I'll take longs. But yeah, link below. We'll be live in about 10 minutes. Austin's going to fire us up. Like I said, we got today's stream at the open. We'll run until about 11 o'clock or so. And then Zach will be back in the afternoon for his Kill Zone streams at 1. So you got like 3 hours of stream every day, Tuesday through Thursday, different points of view because he trades differently than us. And he's got his concepts in here. I got mine in here. And if you've never traded futures, welcome. I mean, Philip said, are those CFDs? So maybe you're still trading CFDs. Welcome to the dark side. If you're looking to trade your futures, this is free for anyone, whether you sign up or not. This is free. This is completely free. It's like intro to futures. It's not a strategy on like what to trade. That'll be mine. But this is like if you don't know how to read contracts, do markups, set up your trading view, like a real beginner. What is VWAP? Things like that. Still very valuable. But if you're like 10 years into trading, you probably know this already. Or you should know it. Otherwise, we got some issues. Lots. And what was yesterday's trade? All right, this was nice. What is it? And for anyone that has joined the streams, if you haven't already, I know Austin's probably going to remind you, go leave a review, please. 2 words, maybe a little bit more than that, but leave a sentence. Ray, 5 days ago, the courses are very informative and the information provided is straightforward. The lives as a new trader, in my opinion, are the most valuable. Information provided is gold. Thank you, Ray. Ariel, the courses are a good tool, but the live streams are where you get that market analysis and entertainment. Got to be my favorite part. First free month. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Luigi's here. You son of a gun. Luigi's in the chat, isn't he? Yes, he is. Better mention my name. Yeah, he did. Appreciate it. Worth every penny. Yeah, I'm not going to read all of them. But you can go read them for yourself if you're hesitant. But it's a free month. So, nothing to lose. I think that is a good feedback as well, right? As I read it, of going through these strategies, going through the courses on ASFX TV, they're there for you to go at your own pace, watch it multiple times. It's free on the first month. So if you go through the strategy, it doesn't resonate with you at all, you don't like the view up, you don't trade the same assets, same time, whatever, then yeah, it's probably not going to work for you. That's fine. But go find out, you know? If you don't like it, you don't like it. And then you tune into the streams though, because you can't just go through the strategy because there's a lot of discretion. There's trades like today that use a little bit extra experience or whatever you want to call it. That watch the streams, watch the courses. They go hand in hand. Can't just be one or the other. Read them together. Yeah, always lurking. Always lurking. Appreciate it though. It's kind of just stalled here, but still above that high day view up. So there's still no new high of day. So I wouldn't anchor it to here. And then once the open comes in, I'll be probably switching to regular trading hours. And then this high of day view up is kind of going to go away. I want to see from the 9:30 open that high, that low of day. But it's not going to be, it's not useless to keep it on. I just normally don't. Right, because many times the open makes a new high. So whether you anchor it on electronic or regular, it is a new high. It's the actual high of day. But if the open comes in and we go up here and then pull back, I'm going to anchor to here, saying, oh, high of day view up, even though it's not really, because that's back here. But since the session. So if you guys want to do that today as well. But just clean bounces off this overnight. So lines in the sand for me, because we got stream in a couple minutes. So let's give a game plan. I'm liking longs until we really flush lower, especially you see the holds on ES. Nice double bottom off that overnight. If we move lower here at the open to 88s again, think I'll be interested in shorts? Probably not. So we'll see if buyers can hold still and defend this level. I'll look for longs back up. If the open comes in super bearish and we slice right through that, I'm not going to just buy it because we're at a black line. I want to see it hold. Similar how you don't just buy it on that red candle closing. It would have bounced, yes. I need to see the bounce. Otherwise, you'll catch a falling knife a lot of the time. And then if we don't pull back, if we just go nothing but higher here from the open, which definitely could do as well, all right, we'll put on the New York view up. We'll look for some retest to that. That's probably going to be like Monday's trade, right? Monday's trade was bullish open because you don't always get the pullback and then we long it back up. Monday just ripped higher than it already was. So we just let it go, but then wait for a pullback and that would trade off of the New York view up, not the overnight. New York overnight was probably well below, right? So we'll use the New York and that overnight view up today, depending on which one it wants to hold most. But I already took a screenshot of this markup, put it in the BSC chat. It's in TradeZella. Gone. Get rid of that. And I'll be 5 minutes late to the AceFX TV screen because I gotta restart this computer. At least restart TradingView because what the hell? And it's been doing it all week. You'd think I would have already restarted it. But nah. No. 27 messages. What the fuck? Any questions? Any last questions about stream, top one, VWAP, anything and everything? Like I said, I'm going to jump over to AceFX TV in about 5 minutes. So we're going to end it here and jump over there. But you guys could all sign up for free, like I said. Continue the questions over there. Trade live with us today, tomorrow, Friday. Come back next week. Give it like 7 days. I don't know. Give it a week. If you like it, stick around. You get a whole month for free. If you don't like it, see ya. And then also, it works out well on Fridays. But if you join today, watch the strategies after market, not while you're trading. And I wouldn't say watch it today and then trade it tomorrow. No, you're probably still not going to understand it. Watch it multiple times. And then start to look to trade it next week, maybe. Join the streams, all that good stuff. One win, one loss overnight session for break even across my Ignite accounts. Everyone seems to be trading overnight. Am I the only one that likes to get some sleep? Because I don't even look. But also, a lot of time they're overnight to like 8 p.m. I could do that, and I have done that. But like you're talking like 2 in the morning? No. Hell no. Bum, bum, bum. Get people DM me. I would love to edit a free sample video for you. Then do it. Just do it and send it to me. Don't ask. Probably sent it to a million people today. If you really want to say, here's the edit I made. Hope you like it. If not, it's free. Don't worry about it. Don't be like, oh yeah, make me one. And then we go back and forth, back and forth. Damn. That's how you stand out. Just deliver it for free. Might be a waste of time, but it's a lot different than just getting a bunch of DMs saying, I'd love to do this for you. Well, then do it. All right, all right, all right. And we also got some exciting announcements about the BSC coming. I think next week or two, we'll be announcing it. Haven't leaked anything on it yet, and I don't plan on it. So stick around for that as well. But we're going to jump over to Ace TV here. Austin's already started ripping it. Caesar's there, Chuck's there, Roy's there, Tion's there. What is that? Is that a donkey? All right, Tion. I see you. Interesting. But so if you need any help, tune in there. I'll answer any of your questions. If you need help finding it, if you guys are on YouTube or Twitter now, the link's in my bio here. First 30 days free. This puts in the code for you automatically. And then if you need any top one accounts, that's not right. They're not 55 right now. Actually, they are 55% off still. So if you need a top one account, they're 55% off for now. In the boot camp seminar, take profit trader, all that good jazz. Any questions you got, you'll find it. So I appreciate you guys hanging with me pre-market. We'll do it again on Friday, maybe even tomorrow. Don't like the false promise. We'll see. We'll see what the markets are looking like. If it's like today when I take a trade pre-market, sure, let's fucking hop on. But if we're not trading, nah. Alrighty. So see you guys on stream in a couple minutes. Let's have a good day. Reach out if you need me and keep it tight today, all right?